It's up here. That's edging. That's really edging. And I can move my tongue. Hi, I'm Draven Gray with The Only Singer, where we combine over 50 years' experience as professional singers, songwriters, producers, and teachers to help you become the singer you've always wanted to be. Now, we get asked a lot, how do I find my true voice? I get it. Mimicking others can help you experiment and have fun, but ultimately you want to find your voice, your unique voice. Now, the first thing to do is realize that singing is an accent all its own. It's not speech. It's like a foreign language. It has its own placement. It's the placement of the vowels, the consonants, the pronunciation, and more. It's independent of the language, of the actual spoken language behind it. Okay, so just so I can show you. If I sing believer in speech, believer, 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 that speech is down here. It's like 80% here, 20% resonating up here. Singing flips that. It's like 80% here, 20% some resonance and vibration down here. So you want off the throat. In speech, it's on the throat. So we're 80% here. Believer. Believer! It sounds awful. I know. I've done it so much, I probably made a terrible face when I did, but believer! Sounds terrible. That's believer. Now, if I'm up here, it sounds ridiculous for me to speak while I'm up here, while I'm raised up in my soft palate, and all of my vowels and consonants and everything are stuck in my soft palate. It doesn't have to be up here. I'm just pulling that up right behind the nose, up and out, up and over, going towards my brow. Everything is up here. Now, if I say believer, believer, even my R can't move out of that. My uhs, my oohs and e's. My E is it's behind the nose. My ooh would be an it gets stuck there. The R is not R, it's I'm holding on to that spot like where you would do an NG if you went hung, pull up into that NG and keep it there. All your words should be there. Now we're in singing. Now we're in that mode that is more of a cry mode and more about resonance than it is about speech. Believer. Believer! Believer. Believer! Believer. Believer! You get it? And so that's the difference between singing and speech. I had a Chinese student once that, I forget what the word, I think it was shu. I don't remember what that means. I don't speak Chinese, but we were singing a Chinese song and he was wanting to get some of the similar sound qualities to what this singer was doing, but he kept going back to speech. So when he's saying shu, it was shu. And I had to correct that. I had to get him up here. I had to get him out here. It was shu. It's like, but that's not Chinese. Like, you're right. It's not. It's singing. And when he did it, it sounded awesome. Okay, so singing is like its own language, its own placement for everything. Get that up and over, get it into that NG spot, get it lifted, get it into like a top-down cry and whimper. Now you're singing. So what does that have to do with finding your own voice? Well, where you place your vowels in the soft palate determines your main sound color, the main sound color of your voice. And a lot of that is on the tongue. We'll call this a vowel anchor. Where do you place all your words? So you have this huge swath when you're speaking. Let's say, let's go for sounds instead of A, E, I, O, U. Let's go A, E, O, U. A, E, O, U. Spanish vowels, basically. Okay, that's A, E. That's up here. O. Oh, whoa, way back here. Ooh, whoa, that's way back. Okay, that moves around a lot. What if that was in one spot? So I had the NG. Lift up that NG. Now I have They're all in the same spot. That's a very specific sound color. Believer! Now I could move that spot so my NG's not. What if it was middle of the soft palate? It rounds it out more. I get more of a curving sound, neutral to curving. So I have edging, neutral, and curving, and that whole area in between on the soft palate. All different shades that I can get. If I move my tongue from up here, may sound more like Axl Rose. Whatever. Not really, but it's up here. That's edging. That's really edging. And I can move my tongue. I can move my tongue and it shifts that ball of resonance, ball of energy back and forth and changes the acoustics. Or I can go to a little bit more edging neutral. Believer! I can go more neutral, more middle of the soft palate. Believer! I can go more curving, more towards the back. Believer! Yes, it starts to affect where my larynx position is, starts to open up the throat more, but I'm paying attention to where that sound color is on my soft palate. If you want to change your sound, experiment with that placement. Where are you placing your words? Is it back here? Is it middle? Is it up front? Where are you placing your words? Where are you placing that resonant feeling, that pressure of the voice? So that vowel anchor is where you want to place all of your words. Okay, and you've heard me doing what I call relaxed speech, where I'm basically in speech mode, but I'm relaxing into a singing position. So everything is up here, everything's lifted up here. I can go through a line of lyrics and say, well, my friend, welcome to the shadow masquerade. It sounds ridiculous, kind of sounds like the Priest and the Princess Bride. Marriage, what brings us together today. It's just holding that in the one spot. Okay, so if I sing, my friend, welcome to the shadow masquerade. My friend, I'm on that one spot. Welcome to the shadow masquerade. I may pull up higher into it, I may cry more into it, but I'm still stuck in that one spot when it comes to back and forth. That's my sound color. And not that you can't change your voice throughout a song, but you need to know what sound color you train for is what you'll default to when you sing. When I did a cover of Etta James' At Last, I was back here, I was like neutral to curving because that's a gospel placement. My Lord! And you can hear me sing that in the example, but I had to think about holding that placement the whole time because it's not what I trained for. And I got a little bit of a rock edge on it here and there because it kept going back to my default, even though I was holding this acoustic position as best I could. And I had some people comment on that. They liked the rock edge I added to it. But ultimately, it was a gospel position. Now, I want you to experiment with those different placements. Sing through different songs, really edging, maybe a little bit further back, more neutral, more curving, and what feels natural to you. For a lot of people, it's just going straight up with the resonance. For some people, it's going a little bit more, pushing into the nose from behind. They feel it go this way a little bit more. But what feels natural to you and what sounds best to you? Record yourself singing through a few lines of a song or a few different songs with those different placements, different parts of the songs. And play with the enunciation too. That's another thing that'll change your voice. So now you have the resonant placement. Experiment with it, find it. So enunciation is different. How I pronounce those words. Do I cut off the last consonant? That changes the sound a lot. Are my ahs actually sound more like an owl? Oh, where do I have that owl placed? That changes the way you pronounce the words. It's not just about the vowel anchor, it's about how you form that word within the vowel anchor. So I think, Justin Bieber, Post Malone, and the like, they use specific type of enunciation that throws the voice up and out. It's very lazy. It often cuts off the consonants at the end of words. That sounds even getting popular in rock, like Palaye Royale's song Paranoid. Think Soeko's rap and punk song, Paralyze. She got a big ego, you can see it on a telescope. You're cutting off that last word, and that's different. She got a big ego, you can see it on a telescope. It's going up, it's tossing it up. I'm being very lazy with it. And then I'm cutting off some of the last consonants of it. That's a different enunciation of the song. So try that on some different elements of your, I guess, let's sum it up this way. Listen to your favorite singers. See what you like the most about them. Feel it out. Mimic them a bit. See what that feels like. And it feels natural to you. See what fits. Try on your favorite singers with songs that aren't theirs. So we often like certain things about our favorite artists because we wish we could express ourselves that same way. So seriously, pick an artist. Try singing a few songs that aren't from that artist, but like that artist would sing them, like you think that artist would sing them. It's going to show you things about your voice you didn't think about before. Have fun with it too. It's weird singing an Adele song like Weird Al. Not that you're going to do that, but just have fun with it. Take note of what you liked and what you didn't like. Take note of the placement and how it changed your words and how it felt, if it was natural or not. Take note of how it felt to try on that character and realize that you weren't pretending to be someone else. You were just bringing a different part of yourself to the surface for a bit, just to try that on for a bit. And if you need help with this, contact us through The Unleashed Singer. Contact us through rocksinginglessons.com. We're happy to help. We've got a team of teachers to work with you. But don't just be out there trying to do this all on your own. Get a good teacher that knows your goals, that knows how to teach you what you want, that knows how to do what you're trying to do, and start training for that voice you want.